Are you seeking a healthier, happier lifestyle and a place where you can get answers to your health questions? Well, now you can with the website Sparkling from the Inside Out.
Yeah, what started off as a small personal juicing blog has now launched into a health and fitness website designed to empower men and women across the world. And joining us now is the blogger herself, Ashley Nicole Moore. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm
excited to have you
here. Okay, so first off, tell us a little bit about your blog.
Yes, so I started juicing about 2 years ago, and after I became successful in doing so, I felt the need to share my story. And I really believe that it's when you become successful in something, it's your job to share that with others. So I started my blog. It became very successful. I decided to expand it not only about juicing, but to share clean recipes that I use, at-home workouts, really a one-stop shop for all things health.
That's so nice of you, because a lot of people, once they find the secret, they're like, I'm not sharing it with anybody.
It's true, and it's hard to kind of get started with. It's a very, I think, daunting task.
It is.
But
It
once you get the
definitely
hang
is.
of it, does it get easier? You're just kind of like, oh yeah, I know what to do.
It does, yes, it does, definitely.
So how do you get started?
Right, so someone had recommended that I started juicing, and at first I was so skeptical. I was like, okay, I don't even like to eat fruits and vegetables. Drinking them, not
No
my
thanks.
thing.
Okay, so we're looking at a picture of you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I've actually lost a total of 40 pounds, and I've been able
Wow.
to keep it off for almost 2 years. So juicing has
Good for
been
you.
very magical and very healing for me, not only for losing weight, but also for health purposes and just really, working from the inside out.
So it was kind of hard at first, though, right? Because I mean, just vegetables, fruits. I mean, I'm an eater, so I
Me
feel like
too.
I would get hungry all the time. But
Right.
did you have to kind of battle that too?
Yes, I mean, I didn't jump into like a juice cleanse right away. I didn't start like juicing like 30 days straight or anything. I actually
So
started
start
off
slow.
Start off
Yeah.
slow. That's what I always recommend. Just start one juice a day is very powerful, and then kind of build yourself up to maybe doing like a 1-day cleanse, a 2-day cleanse, a 3-day
Okay.
cleanse. Yeah.
Okay, so start slow. Don't jump right into that
No, don't
3-day
do it.
cleanse.
Don't do it, because if you jump right into it, the
Then you're gonna
chances-
jump right into
right,
McDonald's.
Right, exactly. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just need to eat something. So start off slow, definitely.
Okay, great. So you hear about juicing, but then you also hear about blending. So what's the difference between those two?
Right, so juicing, you're going to use a juice extractor, and that's going to take the water and the nutrients out of the juice, and the
Okay.
pulp on the other, it's going to bring the pulp out on the other side. Blending, you're keeping everything together.
Yeah.
So the magic power of juicing is when you're just taking in the water and the nutrients, it's going to hit your bloodstream, and the vitamins and the nutrients are going to hit you immediately. Blending, it still takes your body a while to digest the fiber. So it's a little bit slower. There's benefits to both, but juicing has a little bit more of a rapid effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a question though, now that we're talking about it. Is there any fruits or vegetables we have to stay away from, or are they all fair game?
You can go to my website and you can find all of like the tips and tricks. So
Okay.
bananas you won't be able to juice because they're too soft.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there are a few little tricks here and there.
I've
Yeah.
always tried to squeeze juice out of banana. It never worked. It just got mushy.
I've actually
to
had
know.
people message me and be like, I tried to juice a banana. I'm like, you can't juice a banana.
Not working.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's on the list.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's the benefits of juicing?
Oh my goodness, there's so many benefits to juicing. Off the top of my head, weight loss, you're gonna have clear skin, your hair is gonna grow faster. It actually regulates your colon, it helps your digestive system. The list really goes on and on. There's so many benefits to juicing.
Okay, great.
Gotcha,
So
there you go.
if people kind of wanted to get started, I mean, is the first thing they do go out and buy a juicer and buy a bunch of vegetables? Or
Right, so there's a few different things, and you can go to my website. I have a ton of information there, but you can go and purchase juice from a local juice bar. You can also go to
like Squeeze.
Yes,
We've had Squeezed on our show
Yep,
before.
you can go to Squeeze. That's actually one of my favorite places to go.
Okay.
So you can go there and try a fresh juice. They have cold pressed juices. You can also go to the grocery store and look for cold pressed juices and just make sure that they're like organic and
Yeah, because that's my
Right.
question. Because I feel like people will say, "Hey, this is juice; it's good for you," but they'll have a ton of bad
Sugar,
things in
Right.
it too.
Yeah.
So like Tropicana, for example.
Yes.
Doing a juice cleanse off of Tropicana isn't going to work the same as a fresh
the same.
juice.
Okay.
Right.
So avoid that. So is there something that we can look for to make sure should it say organic?
It should say organic, and it should say cold pressed juice. If it says cold pressed
Okay.
juice, that's going to mean that it was juiced fresh, and that it's also look at the expiration date. If it lasts, if it's like not going to, if it's going to last like longer than 2 weeks, you don't want to use it because that means
Okay.
that there's preservatives and stuff in
So
it.
just like,
okay.
I mean, just like the good food that you have in your house, it has an
Yeah.
expiration date. That's pretty soon.
Right, right. So it should be within the week. I mean,
Okay.
if it's longer than a week, it has other stuff in it that you don't want in your body.
Okay.
Is there something as far as like when do you do the juicing? Right when you wake up, is this something you want to
Right,
drink, or
kickstart
right
your
after you
body?
work out? Like, is there a certain time of day where it's really beneficial to kind of get started?
I always recommend that people do it for breakfast because your
Okay.
body actually detoxes every night naturally. So for 8 hours while you're sleeping, your body's detoxing. That's why you kind of like wake up with bad breath and all that kind
Okay.
of fun stuff.
Who does that?
I know, not us.
But if you drink a juice right in the morning, you're actually prolonging that detoxing process.
Okay.
So it's better if you do it in the morning. It's also great for, post-workout drink, pre-workout drink. I mean, I personally recommend it, all throughout
Whenever.
the day.
Yeah.
But in the morning is the best
Mornings,
option.
okay.
Okay, so do the juicing, start off slow, so have a juice a day at least.
Right.
And then you can try, once you kind of get comfortable with that, you go into a
juice
cleanse,
cleanse.
which is
Yes.
just drinking juice and that's it, right?
Typically. I mean,
Okay.
if
Okay.
you don't want to juice all day, which I know mentally it's really hard to think of, I just need to munch on something.
Yeah.
You can definitely, I like to call them cleanse-friendly snacks, so apples,
Okay.
celery, cucumbers.
Great.
You can kind of munch on those, but the best way to get the cleanse process is to just juice all day.
Juice.
Okay.
And I really recommend that people do a juice cleanse every now and then, just because, we take our cars for an oil change regularly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're kind of doing the same with your body when you do a juice cleanse. You're kind of cleaning everything out, rebooting your system. If you're looking to start a healthier lifestyle, it's kind of a way to ease yourself into that. You do a
Yeah.
juice cleanse and then it's easier to eat those healthy foods.
Okay. And
That's
then
true.
last question,
Yes.
sparkling from the inside out. Where'd you
Yes.
get the name?
I was sitting down thinking about what I wanted to title my blog, and I really feel like the change that juicing did for me, it started on the inside and it really reflected on the outside. You always hear the quote, when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you look good.
Yeah.
And I really felt that juicing, made me sparkle from the inside out. So that
Yeah.
kind of is how the title started.
Great,
I like
awesome.
that.
Well, Ashley,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you for
I'm
having
excited.
me.
Well, if you want a link to Ashley's blog, Sparkling from the Inside Out, or any information on this, just head over to casa.com. We'll have all the information there.